How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about how to smash your guitar goals easily in 2023. If you like this video, guys, please make sure to subscribe, make sure to like. So recently I've been trying to find the most effective way to practice that's consistent, that's realistic and obtainable, that allows for the best and most consistent results over time. The reason why I decided to make this video is I've been doing a lot of self-reflection on my practice routines. As you become an adult, as most of us will know watching this video, your time gets more and more constrained, there's less time to practice, and so you can feel like you're stagnating a lot with your guitar playing. So what I'm sharing with you today is my approach to practicing guitar. I think that this method will work for everyone, so let's check it out. So I get these types of questions a lot from students. How long should I practice for? What about if I go on holiday? How many minutes or hours a day should I be practicing? So the first step in smashing your goals on guitar for 2023 is to make sure to practice every single day for 10 minutes at the very least. So if you can only do 10 minutes one day, that's absolutely fine. You can do 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, great. But the key is at least 10 minutes every single day consistently. You see, because consistency is the most important thing. Now you might be saying to me, Sean, 10 minutes is not long at all, but it's better than nothing. And it's realistic, and it's something that you could do every single day. Everyone should have at least 10 minutes. This may not sound like much, but 10 minutes of intense practice on guitar is actually quite a bit of time. I bet when most people practice an hour, they only practice intensely for 10 minutes and then spend the rest of the time just jamming their favorite songs or, practicing licks or doing stuff they can already do. So if we use that 10 minutes to get straight to the point, straight into what it is we can't do and focus on that consistently every single day, then actually you can see how 10 minutes will accumulate over time into something quite significant. There's no reason not to progress with only 10 minutes of practice. Now, I'm saying a minimum of 10 minutes here. Obviously, if you can practice more than 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 6 hours a day, awesome. But most of us can't practice 6 hours a day. So the key here is consistency. I think it's better to play for a short period of time every day consistently than spend a huge bulk of time one day of the week practicing and then not touch the guitar for the rest of the 6 days out of 7. And actually not having a lot of time to practice on guitar can have a benefit in that it does restrict you to really get serious and focused on what it is that you're trying to achieve. After all, it's not the amount of time you have to practice, but how you use your time for practice. Number 2 in smashing your guitar goals for 2023. In those 10 minutes, only work on one single thing that you currently cannot do. You see, we waste a lot of time when we're practicing, playing stuff that we can already play just because it's fun, or rehashing over the same licks that we could do years ago. Playing songs that we like because it's fun. That stuff's great when you have time, but when you don't have time and you want to be consistent and you want to be able to practice 10 minutes at least a day, then you have to get real serious. Focus only on the stuff you cannot play. If you can be disciplined with that, like I said, 10 minutes can be enough to get awesome and smash your goals in 2023 on guitar. Number 3, try to only commit to one aspect of your playing. Try and knock off your goals one at a time. So the trick with practicing is to just set one goal as best you can and be extremely disciplined about it. Focus on it until mastery. It could be a guitar solo, guitar technique, it could be ear training, it could be music theory, it could be guitar improvisation, could be chordal work, being able to play your favorite song. Doesn't matter what it is that is your goal, choose one, stick to it, commit to it, see it through until mastery. Don't focus on the other things you want to be able to achieve on guitar until it's mastered. Because if you choose like 5 goals that you want to work on at once, well, it's going to be a very long time until you achieve mastery with them because you're working on so many at once, and that is going to be off-putting. I think it's better personally from my experience to focus on just one goal, knock it out the park, really master it, and then move on to the next one. No one wants to be average at all of the guitar goals. It's better to master even just one of them, if needs be. Don't change course and go aimlessly from one thing to another, floating from one goal to the next goal and not really achieving any and then moving to another one, because I guarantee you won't get the results you want. Number 4, remember the plateau of latent potential. This is a really important one for motivation. Basically, what I've talked about this whole time in this video is essentially habits. The time that you're going to spend each day practicing, what you're going to practice. So in his book, Atomic Habits, James Clear talks about the plateau of latent potential. He talks about an ice cube being in a room and that if you turned up the temperature by 1 degree, you don't really see a difference in the ice cube. The ice cube doesn't even begin to melt. You set it another degree warmer, no change. Another degree warmer, no change. another degree warmer, no change, but then eventually it takes just one more degree change that starts to make the ice cube melt. And so there's this latent potential towards getting the ice cube melting. You couldn't see any change at first, but the potential for the ice cube to melt was hidden. And all those 1 degrees were actually important, even though we didn't see a difference. It's exactly the same when it comes to practicing guitar. And that's why I do believe that 10 minutes a day will achieve your results. It's like just going 1 degree warmer for the ice cube with our guitar playing. So even if you feel when you're practicing that you're not seeing a change, even after a week or 2 weeks, it doesn't mean that you're not building those 1 degree increments. 10 minutes of practicing guitar a day won't see immediate results. And it may feel like you're not getting anywhere and that it's pretty pointless, but persist anyway, because that's when breakthroughs occur. Number 5 to smashing your guitar goals in 2023. Make the habit sustainable. Also in his book Atomic Habits, James Clear talks about making the habit obvious. When you are going to your practice room or the room where your guitars are stored, you need to make the guitars visible and easy to see, and that way you'll want to pick them up. If you have your guitars stored somewhere in the background or in cases, then you're going to be distracted by other things. To make the habit sustainable, even when life gives you lemons, which it does, aim as best as possible to never take more than 2 days off of practice. This is also something that is talked about in Atomic Habits. And the reason why you should never take more than 2 days off as best as possible is because after 2 days, it becomes that much harder to get back into the habit. If you manage this most of the time, you'll never have problems getting back into the cycle of playing guitar on a daily basis. And you'll also see more results because you're more consistent. Holidays will happen, things in life will happen. So when those situations aren't around, really take it seriously to practice every single day as consistently as possible. It's all about sustainability at the end of the day. Number 6, if you struggle to get started with a practice routine, try to create an implementation intention. Make it clear when and where you will practice guitar. So an example of an implementation intention would be, at 6 o'clock in the living room with my guitar, I will practice 10 minutes a day. You set the time, you set the place, and you've said for how long. That makes it nice and clear to yourself, which then makes it much more likely that it's going to happen. Implementation intention, also taken from Atomic Habits. This is almost like a sponsored video. It's not, trust me. And lastly, number 7, remember that guitar is all about the enjoyment of playing. And once you've achieved one goal through consistent practice, you then have to set another goal, and then another goal, and another goal. So goal, mastery. Second goal, mastery. Third goal, mastery. It should be a cycle of creating goals and smashing them. So never stop creating goals. That will always give you a reason and a motivation to practice guitar. It's not about being the best, because if we were the best guitar player on the planet, we would lose a lot of motivation. Let's remember why it is that we picked up guitar in the first place. Enjoy practicing. If you manage to enjoy practicing, even after many years of playing guitar, it'll make the habit formation much easier. So those are the 7 steps to smashing your guitar goals in 2023. What I hope is that this video helps you to realize that you don't need as much time as you think you do, and that even with modern life and all the distractions and all the responsibilities that we have, particularly when we're adults, we can still make a lot of progress. I hope that was useful, guys. So that is how I'm using my time to practice. If I can get more than 10 minutes of practicing, I will. But I always say to myself, okay, 10 minutes only. And you know what? I usually get 20 minutes or 30 minutes in. Right guys, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Please make sure to subscribe, like, comment down below if you found any of these ideas useful. This is my approach to practicing this year. I hope it'll be useful for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.